Hi guys, so we have a first insight on what your teachers are giving you in terms of your centre assessed grades. In other words, your teacher predicted grades. So in this video, we're going to be looking at what they're saying and what that means for the future in terms of moderation. And we're going to be looking at what their predicted grades look like compared to last year's, because that's a pretty good indicator of potentially how accurate they might be. Let's go. Alright, so in this video I'm going to be talking about a report by FFT, an educational data lab that essentially make a series of reports looking at educational trend and using data in order to help inform policy and help inform schools in certain directions to take. And in this case, what your teachers have been using it for is getting some kind of gauge of whether the predicted grades that they are giving are along the right lines. And so far we've had 1,900 schools give the FFT some data so that they can then compare what others are giving and compare to 2019 results. Now, just to be absolutely clear, FFT, the data guys, don't have anything to do with the actual grading process. All they're being used for is a benchmark. The exam boards are the people that your teachers are going to be handing in the grades that they're giving to then undergo moderation. So this is like a pre-check before it goes to the final people who do that moderation. The exam boards are the final people who will have the final say on your exam result. But what this does offer is a really interesting first look at what kind of grades your teachers are giving. Are they higher than last year? Are they lower than last year? Are they the same as last year? What's going on? Now, bearing in mind this report is for GCSE data only, but if I had to use my professional judgment to make a guess, I'd say perhaps A-levels would be a similar story to what I'm about to describe here as well. Well, to illustrate this, let's have a look at this graph here. Before we get into it properly, quick pause of the video. I just want to say, if you are new to this channel, I have at least weekly content coming out very similar to this, helping you navigate the education system, as well as helping you achieve the best grades you can, especially while working from home. So if that sounds interesting, please do hit that subscribe button, like the video, and share with anyone who would find this useful. And what you can see in this graph is all potential subjects you can be doing, or at least most of them, and in blue you can see the predicted grades your teachers have input, or that 1,900 schools have input, and then you can see in pink 2019's actual GCSE grades that happened. And what this is essentially showing is that on average, teachers are giving higher grades than what actually was achieved 2019, which I'm sure to a lot of you is going to be a sigh of relief. In general, schools and teachers are not giving lower grades than last year, they're giving higher ones. For GCSE specifically, this isn't for A-level, this is GCSE, but perhaps you could extrapolate that a similar thing is happening for A-level. And there's some variation within this. Certain subjects are being predicted higher than others. So as you can see from the graph, subjects like computer science, drama and German have a bigger gap being predicted this year compared to last year. It's interesting to note that computer sciences were predicted a whole grade more this year compared to last year. And there's a smaller difference with subjects like English and combined science. Also, out of the 24 subjects looked at for this study, 10 of them had half a grade or more difference in this year's predicted grades compared to last year's actual ones. Okay, so there's the data. What's this actually saying? What does this mean for you? Well, firstly, what it seems to be suggesting is that on average, to make a generalization, teachers are giving you higher predicted grades than what the previous data might suggest you guys may have got. I know I'm saying lots of mays and mights there, but essentially it's good to see that teachers are giving relatively accurate predictions of what you guys are getting based on previous years, if not a little bit higher. What this also suggests though is that there needs to be some kind of statistical moderation process, which has been discussed already on this channel by the exam board, and it would suggest from this that that is going to be used in most of your subjects. What that statistical moderation process looks like, I have absolutely no idea. I think it's behind closed doors right now and is probably still being worked out, but that remains to be seen. Do these results suggest that your teachers are being biased? Not at all. What I think is that this is a really, really difficult process that teachers are trying to do the best they can. And one thing they say in the report, for instance, is that it's really difficult in certain cases for teachers to penalise students without exam evidence. If you're a student on the boundary between a 4 and a 5, it's really unfair to give you a 4 without evidence showing that you would have got a 4, without exam-based evidence to give you a 4. So probably a lot of teachers are boosting it up to a 5 in the lack of negative evidence, which is totally reasonable and what it should be, to be honest. It's also interesting to note that out of the 1,900 schools, 1,000 of those schools resubmitted their grades twice or more, meaning they're basically using this FFTF education data company in order to gauge whether they're getting it right or wrong and changing it and adjusting it as such. So schools really are working hard behind the scenes in order to understand and fully predict as accurately as possible what you guys would have got. Okay guys, I hope this video was useful. If you've got any more questions, please do comment below. That's what I'm here for, using my teacher knowledge and understanding of the education system to help you guys navigate this and hopefully put your mind at ease on a few different things. As I said earlier in the video, I have at least weekly content coming out explaining the education system to you, as well as helping you work from home and with certain motivation things as well. So if that sounds useful, please do like this video and subscribe to the channel. Also, as you can see, I'm a relatively new YouTuber. We're on 520 subscribers when I filmed this, which is fantastic, and we've seen some great growth. If you can think of any of your friends that this video would be useful for, please do share it with them and let them know this channel exists. I'd really appreciate it.